Pure Rock live on the net. This is DJ Will here with you on a Monday for a very, very good reason. Well, ever since gracing the KNEC studios earlier this year when they were in town for a video shoot, Accept have been on the road ever since across Europe and the U.S. promoting Blood of the Nations, the title track you just heard. It has reached the top of the music charts all over the world, as well as receiving an avalanche of reviews and praise of support, including yours truly, as I feel it is the metal CD of the year, with 2 months to go.
Rock on.
Arriving in from Japan, Accept performed at the prestigious Loud Park Festival outside of Tokyo, and here they are back in Southern California to lay waste tomorrow night at the Key Club in Hollywood as it all comes full circle. Now, I have one lucky fan. Turns out it's going to be 3 lucky fans will have an opportunity to win pairs of tickets to the first show on the West Coast in over 17 years. But more on that later. Let's welcome back to KNEC, Mark Tornillo and Wolf Hoffman.
Hello. How are you?
Well, gentlemen, quite the whirlwind since we last spoke, eh?
No kidding. No kidding.
You're not kidding, man.
We've been around the world and back twice. Seems like it.
Now, I want to hear more about Loud Park in a bit, but first, not only were the diehard fans happy about the new Accept release, but you finally toured behind it, and you had a very interesting pairing here in the States with King's X. Right. If you would share with me that experience and the culmination of everything thus far.
Yeah, I mean, we did how many weeks with them? Like 3-4 weeks at least, and yeah, it was a great combination. I mean, we got along great. We loved the guys,
and I think the music worked well together, too. I mean, I think there was a lot of skepticism in the beginning of whether or not it was going to gel like that or the crowds would gel. But, I mean, it turned out to be great for them and for us. You know, it was...
maybe not the most typical pairing, you know, but I think it was good because there was a certain crossover, you know, because their fans got to see us and, you know, our fans got to see them. And,
exactly.
You know, what more can you ask for? So I think overall it was a very positive thing. I'm glad we did it,
and we got along great. So you know, we had a good time.
Some good camaraderie all around.
Oh yeah,
cool. Now, who initiated it? Because I had made several suggestions to Gabby, and there were like a couple of bands that we sort of agreed could be a great package based on availability, routing, and whatnot.
Sure.
So,
I mean, one thing you have to understand, and a lot of fans always ask this, like, why don't you go out with such and such? But you know, it's so complicated to do this whole thing, and the band usually. Yes, we have a say in all this, but we're not really the ones making all the decisions, you know. It's usually management and promoters, and you have to see who else is available for that time period and who is a good combination, and I mean it's really not as easy as it should be, you know.
Correct.
No doubt. So, you know, a lot of this stuff happens even behind our backs, and eventually we have a say in it. If there's something we absolutely wouldn't like, then obviously we wouldn't tour with them. But, you know, we've always been great fans of King's X, so it was perfect.
Good deal. Mark Tornillo, Wolf Hoffman of Accept here in studio. Now, back to Loud Park. Was that the first appearance for Accept there?
Yes, it was, and we're glad we finally made it up there. I mean, we've been to Japan many times in the past. And last in 2005, but this is the first festival ever. Usually we did sort of weeks worth of shows in Japan in the past, but this time we just, you know, we flew in, did the show, and came right back. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, some crazy routing, I must say. We're from Texas to Japan and now to California.
Yeah, I think we spend more time on airplanes than we actually did on the ground in Japan. But you know, it's part of the deal.
Part of the deal.
Part of being a rock star.
There you have it. Rockstar 2010 style.
Exactly.
So you jet lag, your internal clock stable, Mark, guys?
It's all messed up.
Yeah, well, we were never there. We weren't there long enough to really get accustomed, so I don't think we slept the whole time anyway, so we're going to be jet lagged no matter what.
And Mark, in such a short time, your passport is getting the serious workout, wouldn't you say?
You're not kidding, man.
Oh, yeah. You were sort of a virgin passport holder, I guess, when we met, and now he's...
Now, on the show that you played at Loud Park on that bill was Hell Yeah, Holy Grail, and Ed Guy, and the metal god himself, Rob Halford.
Yes,
oh, yeah, the man himself. So, we watched him, actually, after our set. We watched him for a little while, and then we had to leave. He's the man. There you
go. Did you have any chance to talk a little bit? Or
not really, because we had to actually leave during his set, and, you know, yeah, but we'll hopefully get to see him before long.
Well, Peter and I got to talk to him not long ago in New York.
Okay.
We kind of crossed paths in at Eddie Trunk's studio,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a nice little chat with him out in the green room. So
Right on. Well, Pure Rockers, fingers crossed in 2011, Alfred, except one can only hope.
That would be the one.
That'd be good. Now, going back to my intro, your last visit here was for the video shoot for the song we're about to hear. But if you would, now I know this story, but please share with the listeners, after everything was wrapped that day, what happened next on the way to the airport?
oh
Oh, that whole story. Yeah, I forgot all. Man.
that was right after we left here, right?
Yeah.
Holy mackerel!
Yeah, it was a crazy weekend. I mean,
Well, the LA Marathon was going on that weekend,
Right.
Right, and there was something else going on too. What was it?
it was a weekend. What was it? Spring? No,
Oh, it was spring break.
Spring
It was
break.
Spring break,
Uh-huh.
and every flight was booked. Period. Okay, so we were staying in a hotel, right next to the airport. We figured we got plenty of time. Well, we went 2 hours early. Sorry, line out the door, down the block for security.
Oh, man.
We
Okay.
we missed the flight.
Yeah.
We missed the flight, and that's all there was to it. And there were no other flights.
So when Gabby told me this story, I was like, they did what happened? Because I'm thinking, they left plenty enough time from the video shoot
Yeah.
and then get to the airport.
You
and
would
then,
think, yeah.
But the crazy thing is, plan B, and as you said, Mark, you just confirmed there were no other flights. And I said to Gabby in the email, I said, well, why not find another airline to get another flight? Turns out you all collectively banned everyone, got in the van, and drove.
We drove back.
36 hours straight to Nashville because we had to be there. We had time blocked out in studio for rehearsals, so
We had no other choice, but it
No.
was fun actually. We drove up to like a supermarket, loaded up on stuff to munch on and to drink, and we drove straight through. You wouldn't believe it. It was like we were all 18 again, like one of those crazy adventures.
we got some interesting looks at truck stops. I got to tell you.
I bet you did. And Mark, what was going through your head at the time? Did you think this was some Accept Tour starter kit of what to expect on the road together?
yeah, forget that whole tour bus thing we
Yeah,
told
right?
you about. It's
No, it is
it's
what it is,
minivans from now on.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. That's all there is to it, man.
Well, I bet it made for more bonding, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we got some
we
good
actually had a
bonding.
good time.
Bonding time.
And plus, you got to see, the South. And hey, as it turns out, you ended up performing at some of those places later on anyway.
That's right.
Yeah,
we go through
right.
deserts and all that.
Right? We were just in Texas. I mean, we stopped. We made a few stops in Texas on the way that trip back to Nashville. I just remember like people looking at us getting out of the car, and these truckers going, "You boys ain't from around here, are you?" What gave it away? The German accents,
Straight out of Deliverance.
right?
So we drive through the night with a howling wind at our backs. Teutonic Terror. Come back and talk with Mark and Wolf here on the loudest.com on the planet, KNAC.com.